If you're in menopause, struggling with menopause symptoms, and you can't use HRT, then yoga can be life changing. So today I'm going to share with you 5 reasons why yoga can be life changing for you if you're struggling to manage your menopause symptoms. So first of all, don't get me wrong, I am not anti HRT. I think HRT is wonderful. It can be really useful for lots of women. But for me, my doctor told me 8 years ago that HRT wasn't for me. So I had to figure out how to manage my menopause symptoms without HRT. And I had all the usual symptoms. I had the joint pain, I had the brain fog, I had the hot flashes, I had the wake up in the middle of the night, not being able to go back to sleep. I still have that one. I had the increased anxiety and the increased stress. So I really had to figure out how was I going to manage all of these menopause symptoms. And yoga was really life-changing for me. So today I'm going to give you 5 reasons, and I'm just going to jump right in. So the first thing is I really suffered from a lot of joint aches and pains. I had knee pain, I had hip pain, I had back pain at different times, I had muscular aches and pains, and I was really wondering what was going on until I figured out that a lot of these aches and pains were caused by the decline in estrogen that happens when you go into menopause or when you're postmenopausal. So I would say a huge thing about yoga and why it can really help you with your joint aches and pains if they're from menopause, if it's hormone related, because obviously there are lots of reasons why you could be having joint aches and pains, but I'm talking about hormonal menopause related joint aches and pains, is that yoga is awesome for relieving joint aches and pains. Yoga is great at making you feel better by strengthening the muscles and the bones. It strengthens the muscles that support your joints, and it gently helps you to stretch and increase mobility in the joints. So that is reason number one. If you're suffering from lots of hormone menopausal related joint aches and pains, or even if it's from other reasons like arthritis, yoga can be life-changing because it will help you to feel better in a gentle way that's not going to irritate your joints. It's not going to be harsh on your joints. It is a low impact way of strengthening the muscles and the joints. So that is the first reason why I say that yoga is life-changing for you if you're trying to manage your menopause symptoms without HRT. Because we know that when we go into menopause, our declining estrogen can really increase inflammation in our bodies, which can increase our joint aches and pains. So that is reason number one. So let me know in the chat if you're having aches and pains from menopause and if you've tried yoga to manage your joint aches and pains. And if you haven't, I really recommend you trying it. I actually have a free menopause self-care toolkit, and I'll leave a link to that below, which actually, as part of the toolkit, has a yoga for joint pain short class. It's a video of a short class, yoga for joint pain, that I created to help you to strengthen the muscles and the bones and to help you to feel better. So definitely check out my Yoga for Menopause toolkit. So that's reason number one. Reason number two, if you've been having increased anxiety, increased stress in your life, but definitely increased anxiety related to the hormone swings, related to your estrogen declining, and just related to the crazy ups and downs of your hormones, which is another menopause symptoms. I definitely had it. I had panic attacks, I had OCD, I had increased anxiety, and obviously in midlife you can have lots of stress from all different reasons. Yoga is, again, wonderful, amazing, very effective at helping you to relieve your increased stress, your increased anxiety as a result of being postmenopausal. So Primarily, the way this works in yoga is that there is a emphasis on breathing. There is a breathing practice, which is part of yoga. If you've never done yoga before, most yoga classes include some element of a breathing practice in the beginning or the end or throughout the class, where you really combine your breath with the movement. There's also restorative yoga, which has very little movement. It really is all about calming down your nervous system. It focuses on deep relaxation, deep breathing, really releasing tension from your body. And that is amazing for also helping you to manage your stress and anxiety. But most yoga classes incorporate some element of deep breathing, some type of what we call in yoga pranayama, which simply means yogic breathing to help you to manage your stress and anxiety. So I have to give you a quick story. I was on a plane once coming back to Jamaica from the US, and I was sitting on the plane, and the plane hadn't taken off yet. It was still in the runway. And I literally started to have a crazy panic attack. I had flown on planes a million times before, never had a problem flying, was completely comfortable, was not afraid of flying. And all of a sudden, I just started to have this crazy panic attack. I had to get off the plane. I just was I don't know what the reason was, and no reason that I could figure out why I was all of a sudden panicking that I had to get off the plane. I just started to be really afraid of taking off. And the only reason I did not say to my husband, listen, we need to get off of this plane, is because I knew that I had checked my luggage and that everybody on the plane would have to be waiting for me to get my luggage off the plane if I insisted on coming off. And that is the only reason why I did not make myself or my husband and I come off the plane. So what did I do? I resorted to my yogic breathing practice. I focused on deep breathing, a simple breathing practice, inhaling for 4, exhaling for 4. And I just concentrated on doing that for 5-10 minutes. I also did some prayer because I definitely believe in the power of prayer. But I really focused on my yoga breathing practice, and I felt better within maybe 5-10 minutes. My panic attack subsided, my nervous system calmed down, and I basically relaxed, and I was fine. I was fine after that. Panic attack went away, and I don't know, I really don't understand what happened, but thank God for my yoga training. Thank God for my understanding of yoga and the breathing that is associated with most yoga practices. So if you suffer from panic attacks, if this is something that resonates with you, for sure, you can check out some of the videos on my channel. I do have some breathing, stress relieving practices that you can check out on my channel or anywhere else for that matter. So for sure, yoga helps you to manage your increased stress and anxiety, which is extremely common once you're postmenopausal because of your fluctuating hormones. So if you've been feeling more stressed, more anxious lately, experiencing stress and anxiety like you've never experienced it before, excuse me, then definitely check out or try. That is a reason to try yoga and why it has been life-changing for me. So that is reason number 2. Okay, reason number 3, why yoga can be life-changing for you if you are suffering from menopause symptoms or struggling with menopause symptoms. Sleep. Yes, that's a big one. Many women who are postmenopausal struggle to sleep through the night, wake up in the middle of the night, can't go back to sleep, hot flashes wake you up, or whatever it is, you just cannot sleep like you used to. That is me. I definitely have that. I still have that problem sleeping throughout the night. Again, yoga, particularly the more gentle forms of yoga, can be life-changing to help you to sleep better. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to take away your hot flashes or, make that go away, but just gently stretching your body before you go to bed, doing some gentle yoga stretches to release the tension from your body can help you to sleep a lot better. And I also have videos on my channel which show you some stretches, yoga poses to do at night, which will help you to sleep better. So I encourage you to try that as well. So for sure, if you're having trouble sleeping, yoga can be life-changing to help you to sleep better as well. So that is reason number 3. Yoga definitely can help you to improve your sleep. Okay, reason number 4, brain fog. Yes, if you're in menopause or postmenopausal, you've probably experienced brain fog. You've probably experienced that inability to concentrate or just feeling, sort of fuzzy. It's hard to describe if you've never actually experienced it for yourself, or just forgetfulness. Yoga can actually help with brain fog. There have been studies that suggest that people who practice yoga regularly can experience less brain fog. And I'm just going to read, according to the Cleveland Clinic and related literature, yoga can help alleviate brain fog by reducing stress, improving the circulation, and encouraging mindfulness. So there are actual studies to support that yoga can help to relieve brain fog. So give it a try, life-changing. Okay, reason number 5. Now, again, lots of women ask me about yoga and weight, if yoga can help you to lose weight. And if you are postmenopausal, you might be noticing that you're putting on some extra pounds. Maybe you're gaining belly fat. And again, yoga is a form of exercise. So it is a gentle form of exercise. So yes, again, just like any other form of exercise, yoga can help you to maintain your weight. I'm not going to say yoga is the only thing that you need to be doing to manage your weight, but yoga can help you to manage your weight. But more importantly, I think, than weight management, yoga can help you to just be more mindful about your body and to accept yourself the way you are. We're not going to be, we're not going to look like we looked at 25 anymore. So I think more than weight loss, the mindfulness, the self-acceptance that you gain from doing yoga can help you through this phase of life, which for many women, myself included, can be extremely challenging. So just to recap, those are the 5 reasons why I think that all women in menopause need to be doing yoga. Number 1, it helps to relieve joint aches and pains. Number 2, it's amazing for managing stress and anxiety. Number 3, it helps with sleep. Number 4, it can help you to manage brain fog and to reduce your brain fog. And number 5, it can help with weight management and self-acceptance. So please let me know in the chat if you have any questions or comments about this. I'm not seeing any questions or comments in the chat, but it is something that I have experienced for myself, and I definitely recommend yoga, a yoga practice to all women who are postmenopausal. Gentle on the joints, but can also make you strong, flexible, mobile, balanced, more relaxed, more calm, and just to help you to manage this challenging phase of life. So if there are no comments or questions in the chat, I'm going to answer some questions that I got, and maybe they're on your mind as well. So the first question is, can yoga help to relieve hot flashes? Lots of women suffer from hot flashes in menopause. I definitely did. And from the research that I have done, there are some studies to show that yoga can help to relieve hot flashes. I would not say it eliminated my hot flashes entirely, but I didn't suffer terribly from hot flashes. And there are some studies to suggest that yoga can help to relieve your hot flashes, probably because of the stress management, the anxiety management, the relaxation that comes about with a regular yoga practice. So the answer is yes, yoga can help to manage hot flashes, although I'm not going to say that it's going to eliminate them altogether. Okay, next question. Can yoga balance hormones naturally, or do I still need HRT? Now, again, as I said, I am not anti-HRT. I think HRT is extremely useful and very important for lots of women. I think that yoga can help to balance hormones, mainly by reducing cortisol, which is the stress hormone, which a lot of times increases during menopause. But I would not say that yoga balances your hormones, definitely not. But it can help. It can help to reduce the stress hormones, and it can help to regulate your nervous system, which can contribute to the hormone balancing, to balancing your hormones in general. Okay, next question. Is yoga safe if I have osteoporosis or osteopenia? So again, osteoporosis, osteopenia is something that menopausal women are at risk of, and yoga is definitely something that can help. I would say to for sure check with your doctor before you start. But when you have osteopenia or osteoporosis, generally speaking, you want to be strengthening the muscles, strengthening your bones, and the weight-bearing postures that are part of many yoga practices can help you to strengthen your muscles and bones. Clearly, there are lots of different ways to do this. Lifting weights is also important. There are other ways to strengthen the muscles and bones, doing jumps of various types, but yoga can definitely contribute to strengthening your muscles and bones in a gentle way, which is important if you're at risk of osteoporosis or osteopenia. But if you have osteoporosis, you need to also be mindful that not all yoga poses are going to be right for you. Some of them are contraindicated. You want to be avoiding certain poses if you have osteoporosis, especially the poses where you're rounding or sometimes when you're twisting, depending on where your osteoporosis is or depending on the level of osteoporosis that you have. But generally, it can help, especially if it's in the early stages, to strengthen the muscles and your bones. So that is the answer to that. Next question. How often do I need to do yoga to actually see results from my menopause symptoms? I would say that you don't need to be spending hours on the mat. You don't even need to be doing yoga every single day, but you want to have some type of consistent practice. Maybe 20 minutes a couple times a day is, I would say, sufficient, depending on what you're trying to achieve. 2-3 times a day, 20 to 30 minutes. A rounded practice, I think, is good. But the bottom line is it's whatever you can manage, whatever you can fit into your life. I know we're all busy, we're tired, we've got lots of things going on. So if all you can manage is 5 to 10 minutes once or twice a week, it's clearly better than nothing. Something is always better than nothing. So I would say start with what you can manage. I started my morning yoga practice with one yoga pose. Yep, just one. I started with doing one pose for 1 minute because I was busy and that was all I could do. And I just built up from that. I created a habit of doing yoga in the morning, starting from one pose. And now I do 20 minutes every morning. I actually teach a 20-minute morning yoga and morning movement class on Zoom every morning. So if you're interested in that, you can check out Bloom, my online yoga and wellness membership for women, where I teach a gentle class at 8 o'clock. It's literally 20 minutes at 8 o'clock every morning. And we do gentle yoga, we do movement just to get going. We do also do strengthening poses and poses to work on our balance and flexibility. So again, I'll leave a link to Bloom in the comments below or in the description. Okay, one more question. I'm not flexible at all, and I have a bad, knees, bad hips, bad back. Can I still do yoga? So first of all, if you don't think you're flexible, yoga is definitely for you. I always say that saying that you're not flexible so you can't do yoga is like saying that you're too dirty to take a bath. You don't need to be flexible to do yoga. You do yoga to get more flexible. So for sure, if you don't consider yourself flexible, yoga is for you. So if you're feeling stiff, if you're feeling weak, yoga is perfect for you. So for sure, definitely don't think that because you feel like you're not flexible, you can't do yoga. A lot of times the images that we see of yoga on social media have nothing to do with, I don't want to say nothing to do with the real yoga practice, But most classes that you would go into do not have people doing headstands and handstands and pretzel poses. Certainly not in any class I teach. We don't do those poses. We focus on gentle functional movement, gentle functional poses to help us to be strong so we can continue to do all the things that we want to do for a very long time. So, and if you have injuries, so the second part of this question was if you have injuries, if you have knee pain, hip pain, back pain, again, remember, always check with your doctor first. But generally speaking, again, a lot of times what is called for is to gently strengthen and stretch the muscles supporting the joints. I had back issues for a while. I went to physical therapy for it, and my physical therapist basically prescribed me a protocol of doing lots of cobras, which are an extension movement of the back, very similar to what we do in yoga. A lot of times what you do in physical therapy is very similar to what you do in yoga to help to heal injuries. So again, you need to be working with a trained, experienced teacher, but if you have knee pain, hip pain, back pain, some type of pain, first check with your doctor or physical therapist, but a lot of time yoga will be safe and useful for you. So that is the answer to that question. So I think I'm going to leave it there for today. Please let me know if you have any other questions or comments on this topic. But if you can't use HRT and you are struggling with menopause symptoms, definitely give yoga a try. It has been life-changing for me. It has helped me so much to manage the menopause symptoms that I've had, especially my joint pain, anxiety, brain fog, sleep, all of the above. So give it a try and let me know if you have any questions on this topic. I'm happy to answer them. So that's it for today. Hope to see you again next week, Monday, same time, 4 o'clock here on YouTube. Thanks again.